Visually, one of the best things Marvel's ever made. Parts feel like Interstellar and demand IMAX. They're like, hey, listen, Brandon, this is Disney. How can you work in Nolan and then definitely push IMAX? Because everyone loves that format. We need people to see Fantastic Four in IMAX. Galactus is awesome. Silver Surfer looks really, really good. Visual effects were often immaculate. Cosmically and on Earth, Matt Shakman dropped a visual feast. So it looks good, according to Brandon Davis. The same guy who mucks it up with celebrities in those interviews. If you're going to muck it up with a celebrity, right, from Fantastic Four or Naked Gun, I saw something him doing there. Listen, you got to say good things. The studio will literally yank your spot if you come on and say Fantastic Four is kind of a bunch of trash. That's why I don't go to these things. They're not going to let me come. You guys know that. Come on now. Because I'm the only one in the space with legitimate credibility. One of like 10. Literally. That's good too, right? Credibility plus talent. Rare. Definitely not Brandon Davis. No credibility. And, I mean, when you call The Creator the best film of the year, when you haven't even seen half the movies that were out the year The Creator was out, that's a talent issue too, right? Here's another one. I've seen Fantastic Four. The main four were excellently cast and radiate chemistry. Their interactions are just as exciting as any action scene. Galactus and Silver Surfer are incredibly realized and bring serious stakes, something missing from recent MCU movies. Wait, Maddox, I was told that Thundercocks was full of emotion and grounded and so deep. But wait. Yeah, exactly. That's what we have, right? We have this over and over where you've got people that seem to always want to, when these Marvel movies come in, this is the moment for Marvel. Now is the time. They're back again and again and again. As I look at someone like Maddox, look, no Avatar, a Supergirl headline profile, superhero Avi, entertainment, CBM's comic Batman Dune fan account. It's a fan. And of course, a boxed link. I mean, letterboxed weirdos. No, I don't have a letterboxed. It's weird. People are weird on that site. Same people that go to A24 movies, I look at them like, get outside and touch grass, man. But who is this? We don't even know. That's what Disney does now. They grab random people like Maddox, the CBM shill, and they build an entire hype campaign behind these people. And guess who's the only person who calls it out? And now already people are like, Weber, you're the worst. How dare you say these things? Some clown already said that today. Oh, man, now he's already calling into account all of the shills. Imagine being such a loser. And I'm going to do it. It's my stream where you, instead of the fucking hero right here, you go after those people who are the shills that are working for the studios, essentially. They're not getting paid. We talked about this a million times. You guys know that. So why do these people not like that? Why do people not like to be confronted with reality? You know why? The same shit, the same crowd that has the blue hair and the rainbow hair and all the fucking weird shit. Because they don't want to look in the mirror. They don't like what they see, so they don't want to see reality. No text right now. Brian Long Films. Oh, God, this guy's back. Let's dig into Brian. This guy shows up every time we have one of these. I came in tempered. No, you didn't, Brian. You never have. Okay, we're going to talk about who Brian is in a minute. I came in tempered, but Fantastic Four is truly a return to form for the MCU. Wait, didn't you say that about Thunderbolts, Thundercocks? I think he did. We have to go back and find out. I'm not digging through all of Brian's tweets, but I'm pretty sure he was one of the people that was out in front of Thunderbolts. So then what? The opening minutes blew my socks off in IMAX. Oh, there's another one mentioning IMAX. Disney. Fucking corruption, man. You guys understand how corrupt these fuckers are? And these people like Brian Long Films, I'm going to tell you who he is in a minute, and you guys understand the whole game. He's a filmmaker. He works in Hollywood. At least he wants to. I don't think he's ever made anything you've heard of. But, right? That's what we do. We get people in the industry to say good things. Let's get a director who wants to work with these actors and have something good said. That's what happens. You want to see? Let's look at what Brian does. Brian Long Films, filmmaker. There's his email. YouTube channel. Let's check it out real quick, just because, why not? Let's do a little bit of vetting on these people. There's a short film, a bunch of shorts. He's not a critic. He's a guy who makes short films and wants to be a director. Here's a question. Just, no, hold on, everybody. Let's play the game. Let's play the game right now. If you're a director and you want to make a movie, is it smart of you to curry the favor of a studio and say that their films are great? Yes, Brian. And if you don't like what I'm saying, Brian, look in the mirror. I'm not the problem, bro. You're the problem because you are part of the studio system. You're completely unreliable. Imagine being a shill, right? I'm going to work for these studios, so I'm going to say your movies are great. They look great in IMAX. Yeah, I'm allowed to hammer these people. How do they have no credibility? Same guy every time Brian Long Films comes in. It's so great. You tell me you guys understand that when you are hoping to work inside of the industry, are you going to hammer a film like I do? Or are you going to say only glowing positive, accentuate the positive things like we talk about all the time on these first reactions, because you hope that that favor will be returned to you one day with a job on a film, on a show, maybe not directing, but maybe as a AD, maybe whatever it is, something that is a job, because jobs in Hollywood are hard to come by. So you need to play the game. And Brian Long, A+ for you, buddy. You're doing a great job shilling. Keep it up. I look forward to reading more of your shilly shit going forward on every reaction stream that we do. Guys, I'm 100% right, and I'm the bad guy. Weber's the bad guy, right? Go read. Oh, he's at it again. Weber's saying shit again. Oh, instead of hammering Brian, instead of taking Brian Long Films to task, I'm the bad guy? I don't think so. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This is the problem, not me. I'm shining a light on this. Hollywood hates this shit. Dude, you have no idea. Last night I got a DM from somebody that you all know, and they were like, dude, some of the stuff you say, these studios do not want to hear that. They do not want it out there. And I'm like, I don't care. You think I give a shit? I'm not going to see Fantastic Four because Disney's giving me a ticket. I'll go see it at a regular theater. I don't need to worry about what Disney thinks. You see what happens when they don't have power over you? They don't know what to do. They're used to Brian glazing everything because he wants to get a job. Katie, my Fantastic Four review. It's propulsive, grade A entertainment, fluent in political theory and cinema history, sexy and provocative, tight as a drum, and thrillingly tactile. My head's going to explode. I'm going to explode after reading this. Bring tissues, but not because you're going to cry. Oh, does that mean, wait a second, is she saying that we're going to masturbate to this? Holy shit, did Katie just say bring tissues? Because what the fuck? This is some mess. What the hell am I reading? Katie, you're in the gutter, girl. What you talking about? Bring tissues, because it's not going to cry. Dude, this isn't a porno screening with John Holmes and Seika and Ginger Lynn. What's wrong with you, Katie? God, how do they... Jeez, and I'm the problem? Katie's saying bring tissues to the theater because you're not going to cry. You'll need it for something else. That's fucked up. Katie, if you ever fall for a woman, make sure she's got balls. Oh, man. I think we know where that one's going. There they are. Look, it's a Letterboxd account. Are you guys surprised? Are you shocked? Oh, my God. These people, look, they're never, like, they're so unremarkable in real life. They show, like, is that Halo, I think, or is that one of the games? I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? It's never a picture of them. By the way, do you guys think we should tip her? Let's go ahead and tip her. Let's send, how much money do we want to? Okay, for what? Katie, for what? For being a shill? You guys want to help out? Any super chats we get, we'll send to her Patreon or her Venmo for doing whatever the fuck she's not doing in this world. This is so much fun. I love hammering these people. It's really just the best. And everyone, Weber's the worst. He's the problem. Katie's not the Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not the problem. That's what we live in now, this world. These people are clown central. And Weber's the bad guy. Did I read Yoshi? Let's read Yoshi. Fantastic Four is an incredible movie. The first 60 minutes are fantastic. Ugh. Like, I mean, dude, get a thesaurus. Fantastic Four, the first 60 minutes are fantastic. But in general, the whole movie is honestly magical. If you go into this movie with your expectations high, prepare for your mind to still be blown. It's that good. Stay around for the end credits. No. Seriously? Hold on, everybody. Time out on the stream. Yoshi is telling me that I should stick around for the end credits. Before Yoshi just told me I would have left definitely before the end credits are over because I've never thought to stay. But Yoshi is putting us on the right path here tonight. Let's all give a round of applause for Yoshi, someone with 29 followers, multi-fandom, and just 18 years old, but of course knows everything. The oracle that is... Oh, really? Oh, no, Matthew, thank you. Brian's he's a phony fucking shill. Brian Long, roll up. You in the chat, I'll bring you on live right now and call you a shill in person. Roll up, boy. Roll up. Get in. Hit me a DM. My DMs are open. Hit me a DM right now, Brian Long. Let's talk. Let's do it right now live. You want to play the game? Let's play the game. You'll get fucking destroyed. You want to play the game? Let's do it, Brian. Brian Long Films. Unbelievable. These people, dude, and I'm the fucking problem. Go read it. After the stream, Weber's the bad guy. This guy's not nice. He's so mean. Maddox. Did I read that one? Yes, I did. Sorry. We already read Brandon Davis. Let's see, any more? Okay, Anthony. Here's Anthony, another rando. He, him, 22 with a letterboxed account. Let's see what Anthony had to say. Fantastic Four is what Marvel needed. Family dynamics are there and the stakes are high. Everyone is perfectly cast. Vanessa Kirby is Sue, a real standout. Matt Shakman reminds us why we loved his work in WandaVision and why we'll love this film. Because we love Matt Shakman. Again, guys, another Anon hiding behind an avatar because in real life they're not remarkable. Hey, guess what? We can also send a tip. And look, it's Cash App and Venmo. I wonder if Disney did the Cash App and Venmo to him. Do you think that could have happened, guys? Look, see that? I wonder if that's how they're doing this. Do you think they're Venmoing Anthony, the rando? I'm going to change right now live mine to say he, him. Because me shirtless doesn't scream him. I need to make sure everybody understands that I'm a he, him. Stop doing that shit. It's so dumb. It's just dumb. Stop. Just don't. It's so like, what, 2022, 23? But it's just the whole thing. Stop. Let's see who else we have. I'll think about sending him a Venmo of like a penny later. Nate Plays Games. And here, guess what, everybody? It's geek-centric. Remember, I make fun of everything who's nerd or geek channel, right? Geeks of nerddom from Geekville. What? It's, dude, look around. It's all there are out there. These people really are geeks, though. I mean, it's not like they don't have to tell us that. I mean, do we have to be told that this guy's a geek channel? This is what gets me. Weber, you're the worst. I can't believe it. You're making fun of people. That's not nice. Stop being so mean to people. Nate Plays Games. After 40 minutes of Fantastic Four First Steps, I'm excited for this golden age comic universe brought to life in a classic MCU style. Instant chemistry. Chemistry you've heard a bunch of times. Highlight this point, please. Disney sends the email to all of them. Between all members of Marvel's first family. Love the performances, the action, the score, and the vintage sci-fi charm. That's from Nate Plays Games. Let's have a look at him. He's a media personality, very big personality. We all know he's a podcast host. We don't have enough of those. So clearly he's a Twitch affiliate. He's a showrunner at Geekcentric. He runs the shows. Let's check out Geekcentric here on this Friday night. Here it is. They do all kinds of cool things. Let's see what they do. They've got a YouTube channel. Let's see what their latest is. Let's go there. They have a lot more subscribers than we have. but here's the thing. So this is okay. So let's talk about this right now because it's fun, and we're going to get back to the Fantastic Four. This is a great moment. Okay, so as you guys know, YouTube channel is Midnight Movie Talk. Listen, we have less than 3,000 subscribers. What I get on average is 600 plus views. A lot of these lately, 1,000. So that means my return rate on the subscribers is at least 30%, okay? So when I go to Geekcentric and I'm looking at 52,000 subscribers, right? So if you were to go and do the return rate, the ratio for what I'm getting on my videos to what he's getting, he should be somewhere around 20,000 per video. Why is this right here from 6 months ago at 1,000 views? Right? Why is this one here from 7 months ago at 456 views? Why is this one from 8 days ago at 237 views? When you have, let me make it bigger, 52,000 subscribers. You want me to give you the answer for that? They bought subscribers. I have never paid for a single subscriber, clearly. This channel's niche. I love it. But do you see what I'm saying? The math isn't mathing. If you have 52,000 subscribers, the views should be 20,000 per, if not more, if you go on the ratio I get. So I don't want to hear like they have more subscribers, but the views suck. So I mean, guys, I'm not doing it for that. This is what I do better than anybody. I see shit and go, hold on, what's that? And then it's 100% accurate what I just said. The Soups review, let's see if he has one. But you see, this is why they don't like me. Because you know what happens? Let me tell you what happens. I get all the people who are getting all their shit called, right? That's fair. This isn't personal. Did I say anything? Okay, yeah, I said the one guy looks, okay. But I'm saying, I'm not bringing up family members and stuff. We're talking about subscribers. Simple. That's right in front of you. So why is the math not mathing? This is what I'm saying. No one wants to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. Why don't they want to talk about that? Because I'm calling them out. And I'm telling you that they are paying for subscribers because the views aren't there. So how do you have that many subscribers with no views? I only know the Shackman guy because he directed some Always Sunny in Philadelphia, right? But I mean, Shackman isn't going to sell one ticket. I mean, right? Of course he's a Feige puppet. They all are. I mean, even you go back and you look at what happened with going from Nomadland to the Eternals or to Eternals. You can see that Chloe lost all of it. I mean, except for like one scene. When you work for Feige, you're going to work his way, a puppet. Exactly correct. Mark, it's very fair. And I know Disney doesn't want to hear that. Feige didn't mind. I don't care if he likes it. It's true. That's the thing is, if you don't like what I'm saying, it's one thing. If what I'm saying is 100% truth, then you can't be angry with me. Why are you angry with me? Why are you pissed? Because I'm calling you what the truth is? Your channel should have way more views than that. You have paid subscribers. Sorry. Don't know what to tell you, man. Not my problem. Marvel is back. Fantastic Four is Marvel finally going back to its roots. The same was Thunderbolt. Wait, this is exactly what it says. So if you're saying the same was Thunderbolts was Marvel going back to its roots. The same way Deadpool and Wolverine went back to its roots. The same way Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 3. Oh, I think this is a joke. This has to be a joke. That doesn't make any sense. I think these people are just goofing. They have to be. There's no way that someone sent that. Here's Juan, the box office. Hey, guys, everybody. It's Juan, the box office expert. He's a Mormon. He's a lover. And he's a published film critic. And guess what else he has? A Letterboxd account. Oh, and look. Look. Oh, this is great. Look what's right at the top of his page. So proud to be quoted by Marvel Studios for Thunderbolts. Look, it's one of these that goes by really fast. Perfection. I can't tell. They go really quick. One of these was from Juan, the box office expert. This is what I'm talking about. This is the world we live in. And this guy, this is why he does it. This is so great. This is the best one. This is me nailing them. You know, I should be an investigative journalist because I literally, look, this is right in front of you. What I'm talking about here tonight. These people send these quotes out because they get validation from being quoted. Who cares, Juan? And by the way, you're not a box office expert. Some of us nailed Superman's debut number, and it wasn't Juan. Does Juan even have anything? No, it's another letterboxed. Hold on, let's find out. Mary, okay, let's read his thing one more time. I didn't read it, sorry. I was just going off on the fact that it's another shill going after it again tonight. Fantastic Four isn't just fantastic. It's a triumph. Shackman's all-time direction and masterful score. All-time direction? Wow. Do you see? This is he's literally digging. He's literally writing for quotes at this point. A masterful score created a genre-defining retro-futuristic film. That's what he's hoping gets ripped, right? Here's the pull quote. Genre-defining. That's it. That's all they want. Leading to a better, brighter, and optimistic MCU. The four leads are everything we needed. Joseph Quinn's casting is generational. That's all written for quotes. So Juan's going to be excited. Look, he's got 1,000 likes. He's sitting at home. He has the tissues by his side, and he's excited. He has Katie's tissues, and Juan is excited for this shit tonight, baby. By the way, more in a second, but I want a little love. Just come on, guys, a little love. First of all, we're doing Fantastic Four tonight. The reason I was not up live 20 minutes earlier is I changed all of the graphics to be Fantastic Four blue and to make sure that the kit tonight has the light blue accents. I would love nothing more than a Venmo payment now for what I just did from a sartorial and a graphic standpoint here tonight. My Venmo is open. These are my favorite streams. They really are. They're easy because it's just like it's low-hanging fruit shit. I mean, obviously. Let's see what else we got here tonight. I'm still reading Juan's. I don't want to read about Juan anymore. Let's see. The streets, see, this is what happens too, right? Then you got Shike saying, streets are saying Fantastic Four is fantastic. Let's all do a dance. And then, oh, baby, there we go. Remember, Brandon Davis just said the film's great. Look, he's at wherever they're doing this tonight. He's at the party. So if you're going to the party and you're there right now, wherever this is, I have no idea where this is because I don't get invited to stuff, nor would I go because it's weird. Because look, one more time. Here's Brandon Davis saying he's right there with the Fantastic car. Let's go back and read his reaction, which of course came in moments ago. And now, look, here we go. He's already got a spoiler-free reaction in. Oh, I almost said something that was not nice. I'm going to stop. And then, hold on, there's more, but I'm just going to go. And here it is. I wanted to love it. I liked it. Well, whatever. But either way, it's still glowingly positive. I'm not reading 7 tweets from Brandon Davis. The guy's a fucking clown. Total clown. Dude, he's clowning up with celebrities all the time. I'm the bad guy. Weber's the bad guy. Yeah, he's the bad guy. No, forget about the other stuff. He's terrible. He's toxic. He said that he should bring tissues to the movie. Katie said bring tissues to the movie theater. I didn't say bring tissues. Katie said bring them, and you're not going to need it for crying. So I was left to assume that we're going to a porno back in the 70s and 80s. All right, let's see. Oh, wait, there's actually another one here. Let's check the other. Here it is, first steps. There's 2 different hashtags. Let's see. Not a whole lot more. Let's see. This is disappointing. I expected some more good things. Anybody have any others I'm missing here tonight? I mean, the stream can go on for a little bit longer. Thank you, Movies with Kevin. I appreciate it. I mean, listen, well, here's the thing is, and I appreciate that. Honestly, I don't even care about the second half of this tweet. The fact that you say that the Fantastic Four blue graphics tonight look good, that's it. You need to say nothing more, Kevin. And thank you for Super Chat. Let me tell you that there is no one in this space who goes as hard as I do, who is completely and utterly uncorrupt, okay, and objective, and talented, and fearless, and calls these motherfuckers out. Nobody. It's not even a contest. There's nobody. Don't even pretend. It's definitely not Gore. Laugh. Okay, because we're not anti-woke. We're not pro-woke. We are pro-great film. And I'm never going to say something to curry favor with the studio. It's never happened. It never will. If anything, I have sabotaged relationship with studios. When you go back to an Anora, a Babylon, you go to Everything Everywhere. Trust me when I say this. A24, Neon, Paramount, to start, they're very much aware of who I am because I have hammered their films and done it in very damaging style. And that does not curry favor, right? That puts you on the shit list. I don't care. Because ultimately, the goal is to stop having this refuse made. And you've got to stop it in the production zone, because if you don't, it's going to get made, and then we have to sit through it and suffer. And that's the thing is, I don't want to suffer. I don't want you to suffer. Okay? And these other people don't care. They're just excited to be at the Fantastic Four party tonight. And look, there's the Fantastic car. Look, it's me in the Fantastic car. That's what they want out of this. But I don't care about that. And when you don't care about that, then that makes you completely and utterly reliable, because you can't call me a shill. Someone actually called me that. Can you imagine? Of all the names, you could say, blowhard, loudmouth, asshole at times for sure. Whatever else, but no one's ever said shill, because they don't. You clearly, dude. Really? Do you want me to pull up? How many tweets should we pull up where I've said things like Anora is like the worst thing? How's this even up for Best Picture? I'm sorry, that's not how a shill operates. So these people. But I'm going to tell you one more time. I'm going to make this very, very clear. Twitter, and particularly film Twitter, is full of people who are very fucking dumb. I mean, literally not the smartest people, and also weirdos. Weirdos are going to have a real bounce, like a real big time visceral reaction to what I do, because they're the opposite of what's going on here, right? I go back to what I sat through last night when I watched Eddington. You look at the crowd. These are people that don't touch grass. These are people that don't really have a lot going on in their lives. And when you don't have those things, that makes you, when you watch somebody who's actually getting out there and living it and doing these things and saying the things I say and not worrying about it, not giving a shit about it, they don't like that, because they don't live that life. They live a life of timidness, hiding behind avatars, right? All of that stuff is not how I operate, and that is, of course, going to have a reaction, right? Scott told me, I forgot to tell you guys, this is something someone said a long time ago. Scott told me, I forgot to bring this up. Someone said, you know why they don't like you? They think you're like the mean jock. I'm like, fucking A, dude. I was kind of a fucking nerd in high school. So I don't know what you're talking about. I was kind of like Anthony, what's his name, from 16 Candles. Anthony Michael Hall. I was like him, right? Kind of in between. So, but just because I go to the gym and I'm in shape now, and like look good, I'm sorry, that doesn't make. But the thing is again, why would you even bring that up? Because you look like Jabba the Hutt. Well, that's not my problem. Again, I've said this before. You weren't at the gym today like I was. You're not going to be there tomorrow. You weren't there 4 days prior to today. That's this week. That's the difference. When you put the work in, you do not lose. These other people don't know what that's like. They want to freeload. They want to just barely put any effort in life. And you know what? That's what's going to get you to the point where you don't like what you see in the mirror. That's a problem that is a you problem. That's not a me problem. Don't project your shit onto me. If you have a problem with what I do, hit me on the facts, which is I'm calling these people out. It's 100% valid. Everything I've said tonight is 100% valid. And calling out Brian Long Films is deserved. 100%. Let me get the latest. Maybe there's some new ones. There's just a whole bunch of randoms in here. People sit around on Twitter all day. Can I say that Twitter's a total waste of time? I know that I'm like broadcasting on X right now, but it really is when you think about it. It's kind of like, what? Why am I doing this? So I try to like get on and get off. Not with the tissues that Katie said to bring. That's between you and whatever later. That's not in a movie theater. I mean, Katie really should be banned for that. She said to bring tissues. Do I have to bring it up one more time? She said that you need to bring tissues to the movie theater and not to cry. And listen, if I said that, this is Katie. Let me read it to you one more time. Not going to read all of it, just the last line. Bring tissues, but not because you're going to cry. I mean, listen, if I sent this tweet, people will be like, I cannot believe he's recommending people go to the theater with tissues, not to cry, but to do that other thing. I would be canceled. But Katie's allowed to do it. Why is Katie? Tobacco Cuckoo 22. Whatever it says. But remember, guys, if you want to, you can send her here. There it is. There's her Patreon or Venmo if you guys want to get in on that. I'll look for it. I'll look for Negley. Negley's a total shill. But yeah, why would anyone pay Katie money? For what? For what? Why am I paying you, Katie? To be a shill? For whatever you're contributing to the world? I don't know what that is. Why would I even send that? We like you, Tak Uburu 2002. Well, this is a great comment. That's true. You probably would need tissues if you were cinematically erect. I mean, that's if you put it all together with what Katie's saying. But remember, I didn't send this tweet. Katie's the one that says to bring tissues, not me. So don't get angry with me. I didn't say that shit. I'm not the bad guy. Let's look for Negley and see what he's up to. Let's see if he sent anything. Did he see it's the question. Did they let him? Of course they let him see it because everything he says is glowing. Let's find out. No, 11 hours ago. Oh, yeah. Here we go, guys. Sorry, we really should have led with this. One of the biggest shills in the space as well. Oh, I almost said something mean. I'm going to stop. Weber, don't do it. Okay, I don't do it. Many will say Fantastic Four First Steps is fantastic. Oh, my God. How many reviews have we read that says it's fantastic? Fantastic? How many? I think at least 4 or 5, and we've read like 10. So Disney is sending out, I'm telling you, man, there is bullet points on a card. There have to be. Well, get ready. They're right for several reasons. The 4 main cast members are excellent. Giacchino's lively score is instantly memorable. I like it. We played off the top. I'm sure that's true. And the 60s retro futuristic production design. By the way, that's been highlighted, retro futuristic. So it's all on the card for them to read. And dynamic visual effects are a delightful treat rather than an eyesore. The stories focus on the theme of family can be a little bit overdone to the point in this MCU, and the villains aren't the most compelling, but the cast does a lot of heavy lifting to make you deeply care about the characters, their relationships, and the end-of-the-world stakes they face. Combined with Matt Shackman's snappy, confident story. This is too long. This is too fucking long. Just put this in an actual review. Stop at 280. Man, let me tell you, can I just rail on Naglia for a minute? Because I want to do this. So I was asked by someone to do a podcast about the Oscars a couple years ago, this kid out of the UK, and I said, fine, I'll do it. And then he texted me and said, hey, Naglia is going to be on too. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't care. I don't need someone else. It's kind of annoying because it's like I don't want to listen. He's a blowhard. And I swear to you that it was one of the most brutalizing experiences I've ever had. The entire thing took 2 hours because Naglia wouldn't stop fucking talking about shit that no one cares about. This guy loves to hear himself talk. I mean, I sound like that guy, but let me tell you something. Naglia doesn't do a thing like this. He couldn't. He would get destroyed. Matt, I'm going to send this. If someone's send this to Matt, go send it to him right now. I will destroy you in a one-on-one setting. Destroy. So don't even bother. Don't even come at it. You're not the guy. I'm the man. I'm the him. I am him, baby. And I'm telling you, man, I had to sit through this podcast, 2 hours of him talking about like the history of every award and every person, and I was like, dude, no one cares. That's who this guy is. And yet he's also a deep shill. I mean, this guy is all about getting advertising for next best picture. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys don't like hearing this? Too bad. It's exactly who this guy is. Do you see me? I'm sorry. Do I have a site where I'm trying to sell ads to the studios? No. Does he? Yes. Okay. So then what are you talking about? Don't get angry with me. How dare you? Don't come up in my fucking business when I'm telling you the reality of the situation. You know, when you're dealing with someone who's trying to sell ads to studios, you destroying films is not in your best business interest. Guess who's right again? I want a like for that. I don't want nothing else tonight. I don't need super chats. I need you to say the man has fucking spoken again. And it's dead on. And that's what I'm trying for you guys to understand. Same goes for Erick, who runs Awards Watch. He's selling ads to studios. You can't go too hard on stuff or you're going to get some of that ad money yanked, okay? If you work for Deadline, THR, or Variety, not Rap. No one reads the Rap. Those three and you say something that's negative about a film, you're going to be in trouble. They're going to say you don't get to cover something, and or if Erick does that again, we're going to have to yank that advertising banner that's at the top of Variety right now. In fact, let's just go to Variety and see what's there right now to give you exactly what I'm talking about. Here's Variety. Let's see what the ads are. Give me a second. Let's go to THR, because I know, actually, you know who has the biggest is Deadline. Let's go to Deadline, and let's see what the giant banner ad is here tonight. Here we go. Where's the banner ad? Give me a second. Man, there's no banner ad there. Oh, there it is. Okay, PetSmart. I don't even have a pet. Why are they advertising PetSmart to me? All right, but right. So the studios, though, when you go to like a THR, you're going to see that they have the advertising for studios, especially during award season, a lot of stuff. And then if you're selling that, then you're going to be in big trouble because you can't not live without advertising. Whereas I don't care. This is just for shits and giggles. I love that you guys sort of enjoy it. I love that you guys know that we are the gold standard. There's no one else that comes close. But other than that, it's all good. And again, our views to subs ratio is really, if you looked at the numbers, I think we're like way up there. I'm not saying subs, right? Think about subs and views, right? The ratio between the average views and the overall subscribers is higher than almost any channel you can name. It's higher than Grace Randolph. I'll bet you it's higher than Gore. I haven't looked. I know it's higher than Grace. So, right? So what does that tell you? That tells you the people who watch like what they watch. We have legitimate people who like this, and also a lot of people that are really smart in film. Because this guy goes hard, and he's dead on and fair. 100% fair. The MCU continues to regain control of the ship and steer it closer to doomsday. Well, that's not all that glowing, but it still is spun positively, right? Remember, that's all we're looking for. So we want to spin this to the positive side of things. Clearly say Matt Shackman is awesome on the list of points. I mean, Mark, you see him in all these, right? I mean, listen, if I see this film on Thursday and I think Shackman does a nice job, then of course I'll say he does a good job with it. But the average Marvel director, Mark, and you brought it up earlier, just is in it to be Feige's bitch. And when you're Feige's bitch, does anyone go this far? I'm sorry. Can you help me? You want to go? Is it just Grace? No. Name it. No way. When you're Feige's bitch, then you have to do what Feige wants you to do. And that's who they're going to hire. You know, you look at the directors who they've hired, like you look at a Ryan Coogler, I think he did get a lot more than typically you get. And I'm sure, listen, let's just be honest with each other. That's a dangerous situation. If you're going to say you got to do this, when you start dealing with, right, a minority director, that could be bad. So it's best not to really play that card. You know, older white guy, get away with it all the time. Let's just be honest with each other. Is that true? I think it's true. I think it's 100% accurate. So when you look at the ability for a director to almost be invisible, that is what Marvel wants. So it's directed by Kevin Feige, essentially. He's the guy who says, this is what we're going to do. And again, you go back and you look at what Chloe did with Eternals. It's really the blueprint for what we're talking about here tonight. When you look at a director who makes a Rider, makes a Nomadland, and then makes an Eternals, and you're like, what the fuck? Because she didn't get to do what she wanted to do. Remember that story about Lord and Miller, who worked on Star Wars, and they worked on Solo. And then Kathleen Kennedy was like, I don't like how you're doing this. And they basically fired him. And they walked off the job, /fired, they quit, whatever. But the point is that when you work for Star Wars or Marvel, Disney, you better do what they want you to do. You are just there and have your name on the director's chair, but ultimately you are not in control, final cut of that film, okay? And when you look at a Warner Brothers going back to a Todd Phillips and Joker, clearly that guy had everything. No one was telling him what to do, and look what we got. And I think Joker 2 is a very, very strong film, so I don't even want to get into that. But it's from a filmmaking perspective, certainly better than anything Marvel's ever made. Seriously, we really should have had a grounded, R-rated Marvel movie by now, but that doesn't. I mean, yes, Deadpool Wolverine, but that's not grounded, right? You know what I mean? Let's give a backstory that is set in New York, Taxi Driver meets King of Comedy. Let's do that. But no, Feige won't, because he still has to make these things family friendly outside Deadpool Wolverine. But listen, Deadpool Wolverine still had a ton of kids going in there. When you get to 1.6 billion, doesn't matter that it's R with F-bombs. Didn't matter, okay? If you make some kind of origin story villain like a Joker and you go like that, that's going to be a problem. He won't go for it. Feige won't do it. Let's see what else we got here. Let me go back in and look. This is Nagley. I don't know why. Dude, you have no idea. That podcast was the most brutalizing experience of my life. There's a couple of guys who invite me on, the Box Office Boys. Go follow them. And they're awesome because I come on, I can get it done in like 20 minutes. They're smart. We have good reports. It's a good time. But like sitting down and doing something with Nagler, who wants to hear himself talk the entire time and really doesn't have that many interesting points because he's not that interesting as a person, that's brutal. It was brutal. It was just one of those experiences I go, I'm never doing this again. Because that's why, listen, I'm doing my own thing. I don't need, do I need 7 other people in the boxes? Do I need to? I mean, yeah, you guys like Menzel. I'll bring him on from time to time, but I don't need it. I've been going on for how long now? 42 minutes by myself. I ain't need nobody else. I'm just reading tweets and shooting the shit here on a Friday night, 8:30 here in LA. All right, let's see what else. Katie saying bring the tissues. Anyone? There's not a lot. You know, that tells me it's very curated, right? Remember, these first reactions are all filtered by the studio. The people are really filtered to they get only those who are going to, without question, accentuate the positive, as we just saw with Naglia, as we saw with Brandon Davis, who didn't love it but liked it a lot, right? They still are positive. The problem comes on Monday when the critics come in, and we know a lot of them suck, but I'm just saying they will say a little bit more. The final word will be on Thursday when we have our stream. That's it. I mean, no one else. Doesn't matter. I'm sorry, but it's true. There's no one else who plays as objectively as me. Because remember, the other problem we have in the space, and we talked about it before, is we have a lot of people who have political agendas in the space. Listen, do I have politics that maybe lean one way or another on an issue? Yes, but when I go to a film, I do my absolute best to shed them. I would never come out of a hillbilly elegy and say this is horrible because of the politics of the subject. That's exactly what happened with Hillbilly Elegy, right? If you have a conservative director, they're going to say it's bad. If it's faith-based, it's bad because it is conservative, or faith-based because the majority of people in the space, including 7 Strands of Hair rap guy, is hard left. And they are not even remotely objective. And objectively, I would consider getting a hair transplant if I was the guy at the rap. But that's objectively. That's not, I would objectively consider it. And you wonder why they come after me. Too bad. Don't care. Like, they haven't said that to me. But Weber, you're so old. Fucking dude, I go to the gym and fucking beat your ass into the ground every day. It's not even a contest. You understand this shit? You don't even know how to go as hard as I go. You can't even come close. Okay? And the fact I'm doing it no longer at 28, that's the fucking real deal, baby. So don't ever question that shit. Nobody has the drive I have. Nobody. Ain't happening. I told you guys why. Because 5, 6, 7 years ago, I was at rock bottom. I didn't want to continue. And guess what happens when you hit rock bottom? You bounce off. And guess what matters from that point? Nothing. That's what makes me dangerous as fuck. And that they never will know. Unless you've had it happen to you, you'll never understand it. And once you get that invincibility, they can't touch you, man. And they don't know what to do. Because they're like, well, you've never been there. You have to have been there. Because then once you build from the bottom, brick by fucking brick, to get back up to survival mode, nothing's gonna slow you down, baby. Ain't no words from some rando rainbow-haired film Twitter weirdo gonna worry about me. I ain't worried about that shit. I'll be at the gym tomorrow laughing at rainbow film Twitter loser. No, I don't mean rainbow. I love West Hollywood. I go out in West Hollywood all the time. Rainbow hair. I really do like West Hollywood. It's one of my favorite places to go hang out. Gore's the one who had every time we go to West Hollywood, he's like, why are we here? I'm like, why are you uncomfortable, dude? Who cares? Why are you making such a big deal? I've never once said a movie's bad because it has a gay character or a trans or who gives a shit, man? Why are you doing that? It's weird. I grew up going to gay bars in Columbus, Ohio. I've told you guys that a million times. Lesbian bar, gay, we had all that shit in Columbus. We had Wall Street and the Eagle. And I used to go to listen to the rave music in the early 90s. I was a DJ, house music DJ, underground rave shit. And I went to the gay clubs because the music was awesome. So I have no problem with that. So don't talk to me about that shit. I'm talking about the film Twitter weirdos. Who cares what their sexuality is? They just don't touch grass. They're not normal people. You know, they're not cool. They're weird. They collect Funkos. And that's fine if you collect them, but that's their whole, like, identity, right? I think it's best in life not to be tied into one identity, right? Have a bunch of stuff. You guys know I love my football kits, love talking about movies, love going to the gym, love playing volleyball, right? You have to have a bunch of things. So if someone says, well, all I do is movies. No. No. Sunday, volleyball day. Go play. Bunch of boys down there. Awesome. Have a great time every time. And I'm not the best, but I'm also not the worst. Okay. Maybe I'll live stream a match sometime so you guys can laugh. But it's actually, I'm not, you'd be like, he's legit. He's fairly legit. But that's the thing, right? You need to be well-rounded and you don't want to just have one thing going. By the way, I want to mention that I did find this. I told you guys that I had him. I dug him out of the closet. You see it? Hold on, make it bigger. There is it Flynn? I don't know. Whichever. Here's the Tron figure. One, I have like 6. I have 2 here. There's the purple one, and then I have the red one. And they all have, look, they still have their discs on the back. Just so you know, Weber comes through with the Tron figures right there. All right, let's go back and get into the reactions. Let's do a couple more. Aisha. So I've seen 40 minutes of... What? What's that all about? I've seen 40 minutes of Fantastic Four, and it's pun intended fantastic. Oh, God. Another one. Says the exact same thing. Featuring retro 60s comic book vibes, epic space action, a cinematic score, and visuals that pop. Family dynamic radiates. Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal are magical together. Excited to see the full film. There's Aisha. Let's see what her background is. She's a Chris Evans enthusiast who loves Marvel and films. So wait a second. On her bio, she says she's a Chris Evans enthusiast and loves Marvel. Now, if I had that on my bio and I was telling you I love this Marvel movie, wouldn't you guys come after my shit? Of course you would. Of course you would. Let's see if we can find. Also, it says The Planet of Ryan Reynolds. Okay, let's see. Let's connect with her. Let's see. She has Letterboxd. She has Blue Sky. Oh, we knew that. Let's see. There's LinkedIn, Instagram. There's all kinds of stuff here. Let's go look at the Instagram. There she is. Look, Disney. Do you guys see? Disney, Avengers headquarters. This is who's telling us the movie's good. Hold on, I haven't hit it. Let me hit there. This is who's telling us that the Disney movie, the Avengers movie, is good. Coach, don't be creepy, man. No, I don't think Aisha's watching. And if she is, too bad. It's our channel. We can do whatever we want. And also, I'm not, what's her name? Robin, Sam, whoever the one. I'm not the one who said bring tissues to the theater and not to cry. Fucking talk about creepy. But look, this is who's saying go to the movie. This is, one more time, this is Aisha. She's like, this is the best movie ever. I can't wait to see it. Looks really great. And here's me at the Avengers house. This is exactly what I've been hammering here for the past 45 plus minutes on this stream. Exactly this. Do you guys understand? But Weber's the problem. Why can't you just let it go? Because this is what the studios want you to do. Just let it go. Speaking of Disney, here's another guy, Justin Lawrence from Geek Centric. Another Geek Centric writer caught 30 minutes of Fantastic Four and wow, stylized. Looks dope. Off the charts chemistry. I wouldn't even comment after seeing 40 minutes. I would just be like, I saw 40 minutes, but I want to save it till I see the whole movie. Or I'd say, it's kind of cool. I like the 40 minutes, but it's probably like a sizzle reel. You guys know what that is, right? Your best stuff. Here's your sizzle reel. One time we'll watch, you know what? One night we'll watch Weber's sizzle reel when I was a news anchor. Will you guys like to see that? I will do it because you would laugh your ass off. You'd be like, who the fuck is this guy? You would 100% say, what? All right. A couple more and we're getting out of here. This is almost an hour. You guys get an hour. I was doing nothing tonight. I was going to watch old wrestling. Okay. In fact, you know what? To end the show, I probably will watch old wrestling. We'll just do that for a few minutes for the hell of it. Oh, I want to do this. Let's just talk about the budget quickly because we've done everything else. Budget here is roughly 200, but it says up from 200, north of 200 from this Variety article. So it's one of the highest in the Marvel universe. It says it's in the budget of films like No Way Home, Black Panther, Guardians 2, and a few others. But remember, at 200 million, you really need to be making 575-ish, 550, 575, 600. That's a 3x. 2.5 is 550, right? So, well, no, 2.5 would be 500. So when you look at still 500 million, okay, so you're saying, oh, that can happen. Let's go look and see how Thunderbolts did. You guys want to check out that? Let's see how Thunderbolts did at the box office before you all say it's going to make Ooh, 382 million. That wasn't so good. Well, listen, I can't wait for Shelby Oaks either. Now that's been reshot and added violence and things. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that was a pickup by Neon because of Stuckman's name, you know. Plus, Chris Stuckman's useless now. You know, once you become a director, quote unquote, become a director, then you have to play by the same rules Brian Long plays by. And those rules are very simply, you've got to play the studio system because you're looking for a job. You cannot have somebody who is going to direct a film and be hammering shit like I do. Right? You guys understand that. Because that's what makes me completely and utterly brutalizing, right? So here's hold on, this is something I found. I'm going to show this tonight because I figured why not. I just found this. I forgot. I should have done it Sunday, but I'll just do it quickly here. Give me 1 second. All right. So I told you guys that this is one I love. I like to call out critics. And this is why they hate me. It's why Film Twitter and the critics really don't like me because I call them out. So look right here. I talked about this before. She actually deleted the tweet. Do you see this? It's gone. Okay, so what the tweet said, this is going back to, I think it's Alyssa Wilkinson. Let me see who it is. Can you guys, someone tell me who Alyssa Marie is? Go search on Twitter, Alyssa Marie. Anyhow, she said that there are no female critics listed on FYC boxes. And I said, wait a second, I have FYC boxes. That's all you see behind me, right? So I went and grabbed, these are just random screeners from that award season. What is this? I don't even know what that is. Oh, First Cow. First Cow from Time, Stephanie Zakaric. That's a female critic. That's one. Let's just play it. Let's have fun with it. Tell me who Alyssa Marie is. Then here's New York Times on the cover of On the Rocks. Manola Dargis. There's a quote from a female critic. Let's go to number 3. Karen James, female critic, a rich work of art. So that's another one. And then here's a 4th one. This is Minari and Alyssa Wilkinson, who, by the way, I think it's Alyssa Wilkinson. Alyssa Wilkinson was like, there's no female critics, and look what's right in front of her. These people, I will destroy. Thank you. Alyssa Wilkinson, you got fucking nuked, girl. And you bring that shit up into my world where you're saying there's no female critics on boxes. Dude, don't play that game with me. And guess what? You deleted the tweet because you're a liar. You're a liar. Imagine being a liar like that. Seriously. There's no female critics. And look, I just pulled up 8. You want 4 and there were more. Hold on. No, there's more. Hold on. I have another one. Oh, where'd it go? There were more. I know I had more. But anyhow, look, the post is unavailable. But this is why Film Twitter doesn't like me. In all these, because you know why? Because I'm calling them out. I'm calling them out. All right, let's hit as many comments as possible as we get out of here. We have a few minutes. I'll give 5 minutes of open comments. We'll leave the MMT times F4 up. We'll be using this over the next week. Having studied journalism, I hate reviews that look and sound or read like PR instead of honest, objective reviews. Well, Jason, you're going to hate nights like this because the reality is that that's all you get on a night like this, right? So that's who's playing the game. It's not guys like me. I have to wait till next Thursday. I'm calling it now. Shelby Oaks will be an AMC screen unseen, 100%. Yeah, it will be because it's going to make no money. Shelby Oaks will be lucky to make $5 million opening weekend. Lucky. I have to go see I Know What You Did Last Summer, by the way, tomorrow. Ugh, we'll talk about that Sunday night. Any other comments here before we get out of here? You got a few minutes. I was about to crash on the couch. I got the notification. Thank you. Appreciate that, Mark. Thanks, buddy. I was about right. I wasn't going to do anything. And I said, whatever. There's the reactions. Let's do it. Close out the show with that song. Which one? Oh, the Fantastic Four. Yeah, sure. That sounds good. Thanks for producing, Coach. I appreciate that. No, but seriously. Hold on. Let me get it. Ready?